a review today for you. Yes, and it is of The Way Back. I have been saying I was going to review this, and here I am reviewing it. Now, I've got to tell you straight off, I think this movie was a little bit overhyped, like kind of overrated, because I heard such great things about it. Everyone was loving it, people putting it in their top whatever of the years of last year, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to love it. Because it's a coming of age story and I absolutely love those, and I didn't completely love it. So yeah, let's get into the story first, because I think obviously that's important. We've got this boy Duncan who is 14 years old. His mum is separated but is now seeing this other guy, the guy being Steve Carell and his mum being Toni Collette. Is that her name? Yes. So anyway, Steve Carell also has a daughter who I think is a couple of years older than him, and she's like, you know, she's a teenager, she always into a phone, she just hates him because he's like a weirdo, so you know. And he's that classic outcast kid who doesn't really have any friends, who doesn't really know what to do with himself, he's kind of awkward, but I did find that he was maybe overly awkward. Like, it kind of annoyed me a bit at first. I was like, oh, like I didn't connect with him too well. Like, he was, for me, he was just a bit overly awkward. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, so basically we have Duncan and his mum and Steve Carell and his daughter. They all go away for like the summer to the beach house. Well, it's Steve Carell's like beach house, I don't really know. The girl's been going there for years, you know, she has friends there, and basically they, you know, are hanging out with the neighbours. Like, the neighbours is Anna-Sophia Robb, who is kind of the girl interest in the movie. She's not as massively a part as I thought she would be, but I did enjoy her character. But I do have one gripe about her character. She is friends with the girl who's Steve Carell's daughter, and they have like this little group of friends, and she's kind of the leader, the daughter of Steve Carell, and Anna-Sophia Robb's kind of more wants to do other things, but these girls are always bossing her around and always kind of being like, come on, we've got to do this, come on, what are you doing that for? And always being really horrible to her, and never throughout the movie does she stand up for herself and be like, do you know what, why am I always letting you tell me what to do? And I thought she was going to, and I thought it was going to be that pivotal point, because it annoyed me, and I thought that the point was going to be that she was going to be like, look, you guys are pathetic, why am I even caring what you think, and always having to do what you say and be where you want me to be. But she didn't. I was so disappointed. That really did annoy me a little bit. So anyway, Anna-Sophia Robb, she lives next door to these people, and basically, you know, it's basically about Duncan. His stepfather is an idiot. Steve Carell really plays a jerk in this. Like, you know, he says, puts him down and stuff, and says, come on now, you've got to get out there. And yeah, okay, it's encouraging him to go out, but he really is a jerk. Anyway, Duncan here ends up landing a job at the water park. Now, the water park scenes are my absolutely favourite scenes. Everybody at the water park makes me laugh, and it's a happy place. And I think you can really tell, I think the good thing about this movie is when he's not at the water park, it's like, ugh. And when he is at the water park, you're really enjoying yourself. So I can understand, like, it really puts you kind of in his shoes, if that makes sense. Like, that's how I felt. Like, when he wasn't at the water park, I was like, oh, everyone was getting on my nerves and all that. Like, Steve Carell was annoying. His mother was not any better because she didn't stand up for herself either. You know, the girl, the daughter, she was an, oh, God. So they were all getting on my nerves. But when he was at the water park, it was like he was somewhere else. It was his own little place, and everybody at the water park was so much fun. And I had such a fun time there. I felt like I was in this movie somewhat. So that's why, in a way, this is such a great movie, because I was on the same level with it. But the times that I was annoyed, I was a little bit more annoyed than maybe I should have been. But I definitely loved the water park bits, and they were hilarious and funny, and they were feel good. And that's kind of where this coming of age story comes from, where he gets his confidence. And that's pretty much the story. You know, so he's in the summer, he ends up going to this water park, and he meets these great people, and that's kind of how it all comes about, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's what it's about, and I did enjoy it, but I didn't really connect very well with him personally. I mean, I got into the situation of when he was with his family, it was really annoying, and like, it annoyed me, so I could feel his feelings, and I had a great time when he was at the water park, but as him, I wasn't like, I don't know, I can't explain it. I didn't have a massive connection with him personally, know it sounds weird, but usually in coming of age stories, if you really like the main character and you really are like rooting for them, then you feel better about it, whereas I wasn't that much rooting for him. Like, I don't know, he was still always a little bit awkward. Yeah, sorry. So I enjoyed the movie, and I enjoyed the end, but there's certain things that I wish would have happened that didn't. Like, I wish the girl, Anna Sophia Robb, I wish she would have stood up for herself. The mother, I wish she would have too. It was like, women were just not standing up for themselves in this movie. These are little things, but it's little things that bugged me that I just wanted to mention. I think the soundtrack was good, but it wasn't super memorable. If a movie's got a really good soundtrack, I usually can fall in love with it easier than if it hasn't. The soundtrack in this was good, but it wasn't like, it didn't make me fall in love with the movie. This movie, I enjoyed it, I did. I'd give it 3 out of 5 stars. I know that's not great, but I enjoyed it and that's what I give it. But for what everybody said about it, I was a little bit disappointed when I watched it. So I'd recommend that you watch this movie. It's a good coming of age story. It's kind of light, just kind of take it as it is. You'll enjoy it, it'll probably cheer you up, and it'll make you smile at the water park scenes. They are great. But yeah, that's it. The Way Back. I'd recommend it, that you watch it, but don't go into it thinking, I don't know, just, you'll be annoyed at certain characters that are douchebags, and you'll have a great time at the water park. Yeah. So that has been my review of The Way Back. This went differently than I had expected, but hey ho, they always do. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below, let me know what you thought of The Way Back, or if you are planning on watching The Way Back. And if you have any other coming of age story recommendations, I would absolutely love to hear them, because I like those movies. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more reviews from me, and subscribe as well, because I have been uploading videos quite a bit recently, which is always good. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye! If you want to check out the review I did previous to this one, don't forget you can just click this button right here. Yep, click that and you can watch the review I did before this one. Woohoo!